Hello guys, Glenn Anderson here. So as some of you will know, yesterday I did a strongman competition. It was Strongest in the South 2021, and I did 5 events in this. So this video is basically just having a look back now in retrospect as to what I did and how I got on. On the Saturday night, actually, I just watched a film and just tried to keep myself relaxed, tried to keep my mind off it, because I will be honest, I was a little bit nervous, but I wasn't too bad. I managed to get about 6 hours sleep. I got up a little bit earlier than I wanted, but to be honest, it wasn't too bad. As I did mention in a previous video, this was my first competition in over 3 years. And when I did the last competition, that was an intermediate as well. There were 7 guys in that and I got 5th place. But I did quite badly in a lot of events that I did in the last competition in 2018. I was really nervous. I'd only had an hour's sleep. It was outside, it was hot, the sun was in my eyes, everything just went against me that day. So I did try to be much better prepared for this competition, and I think I did okay, to be honest. It was a big improvement over what I'd done 3 years ago. So yes, I was a Saturday night, I just watched the film, tried to keep my mind off things. Woke up Sunday, had a decent amount of sleep, got about 6 hours, wasn't too bad. When I went to the comp, I think I heard one guy saying he hadn't slept very well, but I tried to do my best to just relax as much as I could. I'm not going to lie, I was nervous. But when the morning came, I tried to be as relaxed as possible, tried not to think about it, just had something to eat and just give myself a bit of energy really, and just relax and take my time. The competition didn't start till 1:30, which was good for me. That's one of the reasons why I chose to do it, because I'm not really a morning person, to be honest. If there's a comp that's going to start like 9 o'clock in the morning, I need to get up really early for that, and I'm not that good at getting up. So, okay, so anyway, so Sunday, to be honest, I didn't. It was in the back of my mind, but I did try to. I think I was quite calm, all credit to me. But as soon as I got to the comp, to the gym where it was being held, and I saw all the guys and everything was getting ready, that's when the nerves did start to kick in. I will be honest, I could feel my heart going and stuff. But anyway, so we did a few warm-ups and all that, and then the first event was the log press. I was quite lucky in the fact that some of the guys went before me, so I got to lift, I think, 5th or 6th. There was supposed to be 13 of us, but in the end there only ended up being 8. So when we went for the log press, I think about 5 or 6 guys went ahead of me, then it was my turn to lift. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did 100 kilos for 8, just wanted to do a lighter weight just to prepare for this. So on the day the log press was 105 kilos, I managed to get 7 in 60 seconds. Only one other guy also managed to get 7, so I got joint first for that, so I was really pleased with that. When I did the 7th rep, I had about 10 seconds, I could have got 8 in. But I think one little mistake I made is I did try and, if you watch the video, you'll see I did try and rush through the reps and all that. So by the time I'd completed 7, I was a little bit gassed. And since I knew that no one else had got 8 and all that, I thought, well, if I stop now, it'd save my energy. I knew I had joint first, and I just didn't feel it was worth using them extra 10 seconds to try and get that 8th rep. I felt that if I tried, I would possibly fail. So I could have done better. I could have. I should have paced myself a bit better. I probably could have got 8 if I'd have paced myself better, but like I say, unfortunately the competition nerves took over a little bit, and I did try to push through it, because the first 4 or 5, one thing I did do right is I made sure my breathing was all right. I made sure I waited for the signal and all that, so that was all good. So overall, log press, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Like I say, I got joint first, and I would have liked 8, but 105 for 7 is a PB for me, so yeah, I'm really happy with that. That was good. Second event was the farmer's walk, 110 kilos per hand, 15 metres drop and turn. Did it in 16 seconds, got 4th place for that. To be honest, I wasn't totally happy with that. I was a bit angry with myself, to be honest with that. I could have done that better. I don't know, for some reason I just didn't have the speed. I've got no excuses, I just don't know what happened there. Okay, moving on. Deadlift, 240 kilos for reps in 60 seconds. Now, in training, I'd not really done this. I did 230 a couple of weeks prior to this for an easy 6 reps, so I knew that I would be good for the day. And my best deadlift is 300. So I was expecting about 7 or 8. So to get 9 reps with 240, I was over the moon. I was really pleased with that. I actually had about, after I did the 9 reps, I think I had about 10 or 15 seconds left. So I could possibly have got 10 in, but I was just too gassed. But to get 9, I got second place for that. I think there was 2 or 3 other guys that got 10 reps. So yeah, to get 9 reps, that was the second highest. So I was really pleased with that. That is a rep PB for me. So that was a brilliant event for me. I'm really happy with that. So moving on, yoke was 300 kilos, 15 metres drop in turn. Now, this I wasn't pleased with. This was probably my worst performance. And yoke is normally a good event for me. I'm good at yoke. Yoke is normally good. But the only problems, I mean, I'm not making excuses or anything, but the yoke was different. It felt quite wobbly to the one that I'm used to using. And it had been raining and the ground was a bit wet, but you know, I can't, it was the same for everyone, so I can't really say anything about that. But when I was going to the end, where the guy was standing, the line was very thin and I misjudged the line and I put the yoke down early, so I had to pick it up again and go until he told me to drop it and then turn around. So that did cost me time, you know, so I'm not happy with that. I could have done better there. 32 seconds in the end. I got 4th. There was 3 other guys that got, one guy got 18 seconds, I believe. So yeah, that like I say, that I should have done so much better on that. I'm not happy with that. That was probably the worst out of the lot. And then moving into the last event of Medley. Now, one thing I would like to point out as well is these first 3 I wasn't too bad with, but once I got past the deadlift, after that I did start to feel it over my body. I did start to physically feel drained and all that. You know, this competition was actually quite a quick competition. It was run quite quickly. I've done comps before that have got like 5 events and they've taken 4 hours. This was actually about 2.5 hours, I think, altogether. This was quite a quick competition. They was holding a ladies one at the same time as well, but there was only 5 in the ladies, so, and there was only 8 in the fellas, so it was quite a short competition, so there wasn't a lot of time to rest. Everyone took their turn to lift, and they was quite quick at setting the equipment up. It was quite a well run competition, so we didn't really get a lot of rest in between the events. So yeah, moving into the last one, loading medley, 100 kilo sandbag. Now I've got a 105 kilo sandbag, so I practiced this, and I'm pretty good at sandbags. So I was really happy with the sandbag. That was quick. Now I've done keg before, but I've never done a 120 keg. Now I used to be terrible at kegs, but I found what works for me basically, because I used to pick it up onto my knees and hold it like that, but that just wastes too much time. It's better to just tip it to the side and just go and lift it, and that's exactly what I did. So 120 keg, I've never done that heavy before. I think I've done 110 in training several months ago, but I've never done 120 keg. I did that and it felt fine, so I was really pleased with that. And then after that, it was the 150 duck walk. Now I completed the 110 sandbag, sorry, I completed the 100 sandbag, I completed the 120 keg. Then it was time to do the 150 duck walk. Unfortunately, by then I was absolutely spent. I had absolutely nothing left to give. I think I managed, it was 15 metres the course, I think I managed to get it about 10 metres. I did get close to the end, but by then I just ran out of time. I was absolutely spent. If you go back and watch the video, you can see that I did make quite a few drops on the duck walk. I mean, that's a pain in the arse, and I knew it would be, you know, so overall, log press I'm happy with, deadlift I'm happy with, and the loading medley, even though I didn't complete it, I'm happy with that because I'm not, you know, my conditioning isn't great, to be honest. My strength is better than my fitness. So to, you know, I was to be absolutely terrible at medleys, and I have improved over time. So although I didn't complete it, for me, that's to get as far as I got on that. I'm really pleased with that, to be honest. So looking back in retrospect, like I say, log press I was happy with, deadlift I was happy with. Deadlift was probably my best, to be honest, actually. I mean, I'm quite good at deadlift. I've got quite a strong deadlift, so I already knew that I was going to do well in that event anyway. It was actually the loading medley I was the most worried about. But yeah, like I say, log press, deadlift and medley I was happy with. But farmers and yoke, I feel like I could have done better. I did let myself down there, especially in the yoke. I just misjudged the line and put it down too early and had to pick it up, and that just cost me points. So I'm really angry with myself as far as the yoke goes, but you know, everything else I'm quite happy with. So in the end, when it was all said and done, I managed to get 3rd place and a trophy, and there was 8 of us all together, so I got 3rd place out of 8 guys, so I'm really happy with that. the last competition I did 3 years ago, I got 5th. So, and at that point, that was the highest I'd ever achieved in any competition. So to get 3rd place, I was really happy with that. I really wanted to beat the 5th place that I'd got 3 years ago. So, I was really gunning for top 3. If I'd have got 4th place, it would have been a best because it would have been better than the 5th. But I really wanted top 3, and I'm so happy I got it. So overall, to get 3rd place, I'm really, really happy with that. So that's, it's a nice comeback for me 3 years later. It shows myself that I've improved. I've still got a lot to work on. I think looking at this, my speed and my conditioning, I think are my weak links really. I'm better statically. But I'm going to go back and work on it. But yeah, overall, it was a good comp. It was very tough. I was physically drained. I mean, even now, like I said, the competition I did yesterday, I'm feeling quite drained at the moment. I've got aches and pains all over. But hopefully, give it a few days and I should be feeling alright again. I'm going to take a light deload now and hope to get back into proper normal training again. Hopefully around early next week. It's unlikely that I'm going to do another competition this year. I'm thinking about where do I go from here, because in a competition you've normally got in most competitions you've got 4 classes. You've got beginners, novice, intermediate and open, and I just did the intermediate. So in the open, in most local competitions, that's about as high as you can get in a local. Once you start getting good at them, that's when you start getting noticed and you start going on to the big competitions. But at the moment, I'm not up to that level. So, like I say, what I do next, I don't know if I'm going to do another intermediate or if I'm going to move up to the open. Because some of the opens weights, I'm not sure if I can handle. For example, in the opens, the log or the axle is usually about 130, 140. And my best log press at the moment is about 136 and my best axle is about 130. So if it's going to be 140 in an opens, then that's probably not going to happen. I can probably handle the yoke weight in an open and probably the farmers. Farmers is normally about 130, 140 in an opens. Yoke in an opens is normally around anywhere between 350 to 400, which I think I could handle, but I would struggle. And a deadlift in an opens is normally around 280 to 300, which is pretty much pushing on my max. So I could probably do an opens, but I would really struggle. I just don't think I'm ready for it yet. So I'm not going to do any more competitions this year. I'm just going to put my head down, knuckle under, and just train and just work on building my strength and just getting better and better until I feel that I can handle opens weights and then go to them big competitions. But yeah, so to wrap it up, looking back, I'm really happy, 3rd place. Quite happy with everything I did here except for these 2 moving events. Like I say, really disappointed with the yoke, because yoke is normally a good event for me. I feel I could have done better there, but like I say, 3rd place, I'm quite pleased with that. I think as well what makes it, for me, what makes it a good achievement is the fact that I'm drug free as well. I've never in my life used PEDs or anything. I've always been completely natural. And it's the fact that I'm going to be 40 years old on November the 3rd as well, knocking on a bit. So, to do that natural and almost 40 years old, I don't think that's too bad. I will be honest. I'm fairly pleased with myself. I feel I could have done a little bit better, but yeah, on 3 out of 5, I think I did okay. So anyway, so that's it for now. So I'm just going to head back into training. Maybe, I will do another competition next year. As to what it's going to be and when it's going to be, even I don't know at the moment. But anyway, that's it. So there we are, 3rd place, strongest in the south, intermediate. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be putting some more videos up soon when I get back into training next week. Really looking forward to getting back into it now. But I'm just going to just back off and take it easy this week and just have a little break because I am aching all over. Alright, but anyway, thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Okay, and I'll be putting some more videos up next week. Okay, cheers.